a rare break. Why don't we head to the Bonajade Exchange?
Seriously? When is this war dance going to start? The Sky Splitter has been hovering there for ages.
Is this how long-life species live? Everything proceeds so slowly. The effectiveness of anticipation in my emotional center is at an all-time high. Oh, I need to drink some coolant.
Relax. The Realm Keeping Commission will send boarding notices to all ticket holders. The Gazette said the Sky Splitter will fire a salute before the ceremony starts.
I saw the schedule for the first day of the tournament. Can you believe the Ringmaster accepted 4 challenges? And he's just a kid. So, who are you betting on, Bardo?
I'm betting on neither. I lost all my credits betting on Roboball games in Taikian. This time, I've decided not to rely on probability games to accomplish my target of getting rich.
War dance. There you are. I heard you and Mr. Dan Heng went to meet the judges, and then a riot broke.
There was a revolt in the shackling prison.
The Borisin traveled all the way here to infiltrate the Lafu, and attempt to rescue their leader with a crafty scheme. This is completely unlike them. To be honest, it reminds me of what the disciples of Sanctus Medicus did during the Ambrosial. At present, all 3 generals are on guard, and taking action to hunt down the fugitives, and the mastermind behind it. However, if these Borisin can disguise themselves as Foxians, where do we even begin to search for them? Yeah, I heard them too. The security of the Lafu is more important to me than anything else. I need to fulfill my duties as a Cloud Knight Lieutenant, but those tourists just want to see some good sword fights. Anyone can participate in this kind of tournament. It doesn't have— The real challenge lies beyond the ring on the Sky Splitter. If we don't capture the fugitives soon, obviously, there's someone behind—
Well said. You may be tiny in stature, but your ambition matches that of the Yao Qing's warriors.
Hey, this has nothing to do with my height.
Yes, I suggested to Yanqing that we find a place to have a decent meal. A hunter must be well fed before the—
You still have a good appetite, even in the face of disaster. You truly are the Merlin's Claw. Please finish the food quickly so we can—
Well, that's not up to me. Dig in. I called you here so you could enjoy the food.
Me? This isn't the time for a leisurely meal, and this is way too much for me.
Oh. You'd give me time to enjoy a meal, but not yourself. Ever since you encountered those Borisin spies, you've been so busy that you've hardly eaten anything. You can't defeat Hule on an empty stomach. Take your time. Enjoy the meal and calm yourself.
Hule's whereabouts are still unknown, and they've even taken Mr. Jiao Cho hostage. The longer we wait, the more complicated the situation becomes.
Jiao Cho always said I'm the most impatient person among the Cloud Knights, and I can't argue with that. So, there's no reason for you to be more anxious than me. I've fought against Borisin abominations for years, and I know their ferocity and cunning well. The Borisin were clearly well prepared for this prison break, and now they are staying in the shadows. They have no reason to rush out into the open. When facing cunning and ferocious prey, the hunter must be more patient, biding their time to seize the golden chance for a decisive blow. Once Hule loses his patience and reveals himself, that's when we'll strike.
But when will that time—
Like I said, it's only one meal away.
General Hua Yan, the Skyfaring Commission has finished its preparations. Do you have any other instructions?
Representing the consensus between the Merlin's Claw and the Divine Foresight, I'll step in as the temporary commanding officer of the...
What is the situation at the shackling prison?
Hule made a quick escape and even sealed the gates of the prison. As of now, the Cloud Knights have re-established contact with the staff inside. The good news is the two Nameless who were trapped in the shackling prison are safe and sound.
I know I shouldn't use the word great given the current situation, but I'm relieved that she and Don Hung are safe.
We've lost contact with one of the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing. The Borisin have likely taken him hostage. Don't worry, Yukong. Fei Shao is leading the wolf hunt operation, and you know how capable she is.
I have no doubt about General Fei Shao's capabilities, General Huaiyan. I'm more concerned about the Wardens. According to the plan, the ceremony will begin in 6 hours. The Sky Splitter will be... But now, with Hule's whereabouts unknown, everything is filled with a...
March is right, Grandpa. I heard the escaped prisoner from the shackling prison is beyond formidable. In case anything goes...
So, Yun Li, what do you think we should...
Well... I believe we should declare martial law and allocate manpower to search for the escaped prisoners. And as for the war dance, it's better to announce an in-depth...
Your plan sounds solid, but unfortunately solid plans rarely get a chance to be implemented. I believe there are at least 2 parties who won't accept your approach. The first are the many travelers who have come all the way here for the war dance. If we declare martial law now, it's like declaring that the Luofu isn't safe. How do you think the outsiders would react? The second party is the staff of the Xianzhou Luofu's 6 commissions. They've invested a lot of resources and manpower into organizing the war dance. Suddenly suspending it indefinitely would create numerous challenges for... But of course, not everyone disagrees with your idea.
Really?
The mastermind behind this incident would fully support your opinion, presumably. Hule's escape and your discovery of Borisin's spies at Stargazer Navalia. Even a child could guess that the fugitive is just one piece in the game. The one controlling the pieces wants to spread chaos and suspicion among the people on the Luofu. If we declare martial law and postpone the war dance, we'll fall into their trap and instill fear in people even before Hule actually does anything.
So what do we do?
We'll search for the prisoners while maintaining order on the Luofu, acting as if nothing has happened.
As if nothing has happened? Yan Qing said he'd assist the generals, and now he's nowhere to be found. With the host ringmaster gone, how are we supposed to act like nothing?
That's why I called the 2 of you here. Of course, I'll do my part, but not on the Sky Splitter.
General Huaiyan, are you asking me to take Yan Qing's place?
You caught on quickly, Miss March. That's exactly what I mean.
But Miss March is a guest invited by General Jing Yuan, Grandpa. How can an outsider represent the Luofu in the ring? It will make the Xianzhou Luofu a laughingstock.
Dear child, the Nameless of the Astral Express are renowned throughout the cosmos. It's an honor to have them participate in the ceremony. Plus, Miss March is a disciple of the little Cloud Knight Lieutenant. How can she be regarded as an outsider? We can't afford to have any problems during the war dance. I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter. Yukong, please explain to them the rest of the arrangements.
I am sorry for our improper management, and I truly appreciate your assistance, General.
There is no need to apologize. We Cloud Knights fight on the battlefield while you judges punish the criminals. We are 2 sides of the same Xianzhou Luofu, and it is my honor to serve the Ten Lords' commission. I've grasped the situation of the prison break. Now tell me more about the current state of the shackling prison.
Borison infiltrated the prison in disguise and released the prisoners, spreading chaos. Among the judges on duty in the 4 divisions, Judge Shui from the detention division was killed and is temporarily unavailable. So, I'm taking over her duties and commanding Arumaton spectral envoys and spiritfarers to quickly restore order in the affected areas.
I and the 2 behind me will go deeper into the prison to investigate.
General, the situation inside is still chaotic and perilous. Your presence would be...
It's common for Cloud Knight generals to face danger directly. Hule has escaped, and the Yaoqing envoy is being held hostage by the Borison. His fate is unknown. Not only did the Merlin's Claw offer no reproach, she decided to go after Hule herself to prevent further calamity. I believe the Law Fu owes her something in return for her. How did the infiltrators learn about the location where Hule was held? And how did they time their plan just before the Yaoqing messengers were ready to escort him? Finding the answer to these questions shouldn't be too difficult. What truly matters is if we can gather the clues that lead us to the mastermind behind all.
I understand, but I'm afraid it won't be an easy task.
For a long time, this hidden force has been pursuing their own goals and undermining the security of the Law Fu. Backing down now will only encourage them to further endanger the peace here.
The 10 Lords Commission will support your decision with everything we have, General.
Dan Heng and Ling Sha. I'll need both of you to accompany me on this challenging journey.
Well, it's part of my responsibilities as the Cauldron Master. So, where would you like to start?
Let's start with those Borison disguised as Foxians.
My people have already prepared the evidence. According to Lieutenant Yenqing's report, he stumbled upon a few suspicious Foxians at Stargazer Navalia. After following them, he discovered that they were actually Borison in disguise. This is one of the bodies.
Looking at him now, it's hard to imagine how he transformed into a Foxian.
My alchemists detected some complex ingredients in his remains, which might explain how these Borison were able to disguise themselves as Foxians. Simply put, Foxians and Borison share a common ancestry. Although they look completely different now, there isn't much genetic difference between them. This medicine allows Borison to temporarily change their shape into that of Foxians.
So, in other words, if they stop taking the medicine, their true form will soon be revealed?
The formula and technique seem oddly familiar.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once again. When I was sorting through the prescriptions they used, I came across one called Semblance Reversion Essence. It's designed to help those disciples suppress signs of their Mara-struck forms and maintain their normal appearance. When I compared it to the medicine found in the Borison's body...
They're one and the same.
The medicinal properties and ingredients may differ, but the principle remains the same.
Since ancient times, the Borison have always sought to have more powerful bodies, regarding the Foxians as weaklings. Yet, in order to save their warhead, they were willing to disguise themselves as Foxians. Their determination is quite remarkable.
If these infiltrators rely on the medicine to maintain their disguise, then following this lead in our investigation seems prudent. Please follow me. Here we are. According to the judge, this area is not yet under control, so we should proceed cautiously. I've captured the nature of the medicine in my sensor. By following the medicinal fumes, we should be able to retrace the steps of the disguised Borison. Incredible strength.
Such brute strength is not...
If I may be so bold to ask, is this Borison truly that formidable?
I have lived a bit longer and engaged in a few more battles than you, Miss Lingshaw. To the Alliance, Borison have always been the most formidable adversaries. And Hule is a monster feared even among his own kind. With his strength, Hule united numerous Borison packs, forming a grand army of abominations of abundance. They constantly pushed the Alliance's armies into peril over 7 centuries ago. I followed my mentor on a campaign against the abominations. And I personally witnessed the devastation on the battlefield after Hule appeared. Even with medicinal pellets that suppressed the fear caused by his lupatoxin, countless Cloud Knights succumbed to panic in the face of his murderous aura. They couldn't even raise a hand in resistance. If the former Sword Champion hadn't immobilized Hule with her Frostblade, the outcome of that fateful battle could have been very different. By the end of the battle, only a few of us remained. The Crimson Moon cast the sheen of blood on all. Everything I saw was painted dark red.
If that's the case, why wasn't the beast executed instead of being imprisoned? On the Xianzhou Jumi, the judges cast those unforgivable and nearly immortal abominations of abundance into the eternal flames of the stars, reducing them to ashes. Their so-called immortality is just a facade. I mean, nothing can truly defy death, can it? I just don't understand why the Luofu kept this tumor for so long, leading to the terrible situation we're facing now. But I guess I understand. The people of the Luofu are known for their kindness. Even when faced with a malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, they couldn't bring themselves to cut it out.
I understand if you hold grudges against me, Miss Lingshaw. I take the blame for the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. As for why Hule was only in prison, I can shed some light on that too.
I'm just a healer. I'm not familiar with the past. I'd appreciate it if you could enlighten me, General.
All right. Let me tell you more about it as we go.
Resonate all together. Be of your body and mind. Together as one. Human creations. Stars echo. Yeah. Liquidation. Right. Investing in victory means playing the long game.
Did this Cloud Knight also take the medicine?
No. This is a Borison in disguise. A guard killed him before he could return to his original form.
All these Borison are dressed in official attire. Besides the Cloud Knight, there were also 2 Borison disguised as members of the Skyfaring Commission and the Art. Whoever is providing them with official identities must hold the position.
Someone bit open his arteries and drained almost all of his blood while he was still alive. Such a cruel and ruthless...
Despite being a long-lived species, Borison are actually more like predatory beasts that must feed on raw blood and flesh. I've heard that Hule was deprived of food and water in the shackling. It's hard to imagine how he managed to suppress his hunger for over 7 centuries. Will the hostage from the Yaoqing be able to avoid being his meal?
Such is the terrible nature of the abominations of abundance. We subjected him to the Forest of Swords to drain his life force. But in the end, his punishment turned into a test of our patience, just like you said, Miss Linshaw. Casting a creature that can't be killed into a star would be a way to permanently get rid of it.
The Foxians didn't agree to that.
Exactly. The atrocities committed by Hule went beyond mere massacres. Throughout numerous wars, we made every effort to eradicate the Borisin. But Hule, with his mysterious sorcery, turned countless Foxians into his pawns. And so the Borisin kept returning. The Foxians curse his name day and night, and they even use it to scare children into staying quiet. How could they grant a swift death to such a great sinner? I wonder if you know why Hule wasn't taken into custody by the Foxian majority Xianzhou Yaoqing, but instead imprisoned in the Xianzhou Luofu.
As you mentioned, your mentor was an exceptional warrior and was the one who defeated Hule, an extraordinary achievement. Therefore, the Marshal placed this feral beast under the jurisdiction of the Xianzhou Luofu as an honor,
It seems you have a major misunderstanding about this arrangement, Miss Linshaw. Allow me to explain it.
Come.
Yanqing told me that an IPC ship was attacked by Borisin. Is this?
Yes. The Artisanship Commission and Alchemy Commission conducted a joint examination and found that the parts of this machine are made from specially refined Borisin. I heard the Intelligentsia Guild has been researching the biological properties of long-life species, hoping to make medical or combat-related discoveries. However, they haven't dared to cross any lines due to their so-called relationship with the Alliance.
Perhaps to those scholars, Borisin are no different from lab animals. Maybe the Borisin attacked that ship to retaliate against the Intelligentsia Guild for experimenting on them?
No. If it were only about revenge, they could just wreck the ship and destroy all the cargo, instead of allowing it to end up in the shackling prison. It was a deliberate display to showcase the dangerous nature of the cargo in broad daylight. This way, the cargo would end up in the shackling prison, serving—
This skill in exploiting the blind spots of others' mindsets is so atypical of them. I'm afraid the IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild unknowingly became their accomplices.
What? Even after suffering such severe attacks?
Don't let me down. Their imitation of long-life species has crossed the line.
There's no backing out now, for me or you.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Who's the little backstabber?
If it can still move, it means it wasn't damaged enough. Let's make sure it never moves again.
Doors echo. Liquidation! Yeah.
Just a graze.
Go Nappy! You haven't answered my question about why Hule was imprisoned in the Lafu instead of the Yaoqing, General. You've been reserved in your response. Could it be that such an arrangement wasn't an honor?
The reason why the Marshal didn't leave Hule on the Yaoqing lies in the very mech in front of us.
Are you suggesting that there are people trying to understand Hule's secrets and use them for their own purposes? Well, I understand. I've heard that the Foxians on the Yaoqing share a bloodline with the Borson. And just like the Borson, some of the Foxians there experience an uncontrollable insanity called moon rage. The Marshal believed that this would be inhumane and no different from what the Borson did, so...
Exactly. While Borson see moon rage as a blessing that unlocks their true potential, Foxians see it as an inevitable curse within their bloodline. Countless healers of the Yaoqing have attempted to unravel this mystery, but to no avail. Why can Borson control the power of moon rage? Can we Foxians break free from this curse? These questions were asked frequently. Each questioner had good intentions. But the road to catastrophe is paved with good intentions. To the Foxians of the Yaoqing, Hule was not only the warhead of the Borson, but also a monster that could be the subject of much research. Hule thus became a poison that corrupted people's minds without their knowing.
That's why the Marshal decided to imprison Hule and the Lafu. It wasn't an honor, but rather a warning.
Because such selfish pursuits in the name of good intentions once led to a tragedy on the Lafu that served as a warning to future generations.
This edition of Imbibitor Lunae. By imprisoning Hule and the Xianzhou Lafu, the Marshal both suppressed the dangerous intentions of the Yaoqing Foxians and warned the Xianzhou Lafu to refrain from repeating its mistake.
That was a necessary trade-off. The Xianzhou Alliance is not solely about the Xianzhou natives. Only when all three races, Foxian, Videodora, and Xianzhou natives, form an alliance, will there be a promise.
Thank you for enlightening me. Was it for the same reason that you traded off my mentor to the Xianzhou Zhuming, only to stand idle and allow the resurgence of the disciple?
You said that I couldn't bear to cut out the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, but instead exiled the healer who tried to solve the problem to the Xianzhou Zhuming. But did your mentor tell you her good intentions led her to perform certain healing arts on Dun Hung, who had just finished his hatching rebirth, so that he would regain the memories of his past life?
What did you just say?
She believed that restoring the High Elder's knowledge of his past life would allow the Videodora to resume their duty as the guardians of the Ambrosial Arbor, quelling the strife within their clan and bringing everything back on the right path. But just as I mentioned earlier, the road to catastrophe is always paved with good intentions. Since then, the 6 charioteers decided that the Alchemy Commission would no longer have a cauldron master. Until your arrival now.
If that's the case, I should thank you for protecting my mentor by...
Quite the contrary. I should be the one thanking you.
Thanking me?
All I ever want is to have a clear conscience. However, can long-life species truly achieve that goal in their long-drawn lives? For example, you were implicated along with your mentor, and forced to leave your homeland without knowing the truth. And now, with the complicated situation in the Alchemy Commission, the Alliance has spared me a lot of trouble by sending you to handle this challenging task. Shouldn't I be thanking you instead?
Your eloquence is indeed impressive, the divine foresight. You won't even leave me any excuses to hold a grudge against you. But let me make it clear. The Alliance sent me here to handle the business impartially, not to choose sides.
It doesn't matter which side you choose, Miss Lingshaw. At the end of the day, both you and I stand on the side of the Alliance, don't we? Let's keep going.
These Mara-struck soldiers don't appear to be escaped prisoners.
How can you tell?
These soldiers are fully armed. Obviously, they didn't hastily join the battle.
The messenger named Moza did say that there were two groups of attackers. The other attackers, aside from the Borison, could hide their tracks. I believe he was referring to...
Hide their tracks?
Exactly. I've engaged with these attackers before, and they used Cloud Hymn magic to hide their presence. Without careful observation, no one can detect.
You once warned me to be cautious of the Vidyadhara Elder's influence within the Alchemy Commission. Could it be?
What's on your mind, Miss Lynch?
Well, it seems that someone provided the attackers with a map of the shackling prison. And considering the Vidyadhara's involvement in the prison's construction, it raises suspicion about their role in this. Additionally, the fact that the Borison need medicine to disguise themselves would suggest that there are still moles within the Alchemy Commission assisting them covertly. Moreover, forging official identities for the undercover Borison would require someone with significant authority, and the presence of assassins capable of using Cloud Hymn magic deepens my suspicion about the Preceptors. But why would the Vidyadhara collude with the Borison and aid in Hule's escape?
They aim to spread chaos. They believe that only in chaos can they regain their former power and influence. Since this edition of Imbibe de Lune, the once proud dragon race has been powerless, watching their influence wane. Being a native of the Luofu, Miss Lingsha, I believe you understand.
However, I don't think the Preceptors are the true masterminds. If I'm not mistaken, the one behind all this treachery is the Lord Ravager who exploited the weaknesses within the Luofu and instigated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, ultimately leading to the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection. Fentilia.
Please remember, General, that everything I've mentioned is mere speculation. We need concrete evidence for a public trial. If you want to interrogate someone within the Vidyadhara's ranks, you'll need irrefutable proof.
So, what's your plan?
I'll send an invitation to the Preceptor.
An invitation?
The Preceptors have been inviting me for a personal meeting since my arrival on the Luofu. Now, I'll send them the remains of these Mara-struck soldiers and the route map I found in the prisoner's possession. Then, I'll ask them to meet me at... I'd like to hear their explanations.
Good idea. If I were to take action, it might alert the true mastermind. I trust you to handle this matter, Miss Lingshaw. And don't worry if things don't go smoothly. Once the wolf hunt operation is over, the hidden truths will come to light.
Speaking of the wolf hunt operation, I'm truly worried about the Yaoqing messenger who was taken hostage. Hule was starving in the shackling prison for centuries. I don't know if the messenger can survive in that wolf's clutches. May Rainbow's blessing keep him safe.
As I said, I'm a healer. But my art of healing requires the culinary arts to be truly effective. The magic of my cauldron is its ability to make all kinds of medicines into dishes that patients can eat. When simmered and cooked together, any kind of medicinal herb or ingredient becomes a delightful delicacy.
Delicacy. But isn't that just one flavor overpowering the other?
Well, you have a point. Let me ask you this. If there's a fuss...
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and cook him alive.
You have quite the sense of humor. I've heard that you Borisin...
It's a shame I don't have any green peppers right now. Otherwise,
I'm just kidding. The answer is quite simple. Chop up the peppers and mix...
Can I just boil your tongue in this hot pot? I know you're trying to bite. You said that Jin Liu recently returned. Do you really think you can delay our departure by provoking Lord Hulei's... You see Borisin as savages who know nothing about the Xianzhou. But in fact, we know all about you. The more hope you hold in your heart, the greater your pain will be when death comes.
His composure is only a temporary effect of the medicine. And it will wear off soon.
Lord Hulei!
Oh, you pathetic Foxians. For thousands of years, we were the ones who allowed you to live. But it's all right. As long as you catch the scent of your masters, you will be...
Run away, you said? The Borison's era has long passed. Did they ever tell you these harsh facts before giving you hope for returning home? Lord Hulei, now they're being crushed by the Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. By a Foxian. They're hiding in remote corners of the cosmos, trembling with...
The Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. A Foxian? Very interesting.
He isn't lying. That lowly beast was a war slave who ran away from our pack. Cannon fodder, a thief! She stole our power and used her knowledge about us to...
And she bested you, Mock Talk. Fairness is but a pathetic excuse for the dead and defeated. Since our great pack has fallen apart, who told you that I was alive? And who's...
In our darkest hours, it was a prophet of the Master of Immortality, named Mongus.
This prophet, Mongus, what does she want?
The prophet made this proclamation. The Borisin have been divided. And the prophet told us that the Foxian general of the Yaoqing would take you to her ship during the Lafu's war dance. And that it would be our best chance.
Even if you managed to set Hulei free, you'd have no way to escape.
We've already prepared our ships. And the prophet's prediction...
Once the news about the prison break spreads, the Cloud Knights will close all the ports. You may think you've escaped.
Let me kill this unruly, lowly beast, Lord Hulei! I assure you that our star skips right now. Everyone in the Lafu is distracted by the stupid war dance. So this will be the
perfect chance to return to my weak and shattered pack at the mercy of a ridiculous false prophet. And become a mere puppet in her clutch. Listen up. A wolf never allows itself to become prey. Since you are so confident that the Cloud Knights will...
Wait, what?
But my lord!
Would an alpha wolf ever listen to a...
No, I've...
Just a little pre-hunt entertainment. You will come back. Because Foxians like you...
I can't believe he hacked. Perhaps I can try to warn the Cloud Knights. Just as I suspected. The Cloud Knights must have been aware of... for now.
I'm sorry, but... Hey, although we're...
Hey there. I noticed you... Understood.
Stop asking. I'm off. You're not one of us, but I smell a
The warhead sent me here to check on...
No, not at all. Instead, the Skyfaring Commission is clearing routes to prioritize star skiffs heading to the Sky Splitter.
The ports haven't been closed? What is going on? Stalling won't help. It's time to confront Hule and see what tricks he's up to.
Would you like to board my Starsky? Well, my little Starskip. We need to hurry wherever we're... Close the ports?
You're back, Jiao Cho.
You were closely watching me, weren't you? And if I sought help from anyone, your people would kill them. Was that your...
They don't want to publicize my escape. What lurks here is not a group of fugitives, but rather a pack of wolves. Your calm facade will soon crumble. I can tear through it and expose, of course. You can try now. Let's talk about the Foxian general you serve. Moktok says she's here before the hunt begins. I need to know my opponent. You can refuse and plead. Good. At least...
Fine. You can torture me until I talk. Or, here's the question that's been bothering me. How...
So, is that what... I still remember. In the early years of my captivity, the Foxians came and went. They extracted my blood and marrow, trying to unravel the mystery of moon rage. They wanted to conquer their fear. Unfortunately, they failed to uncover the secret. So, they resorted to the most brutal punishment. Some seek power to destroy their enemies, while others seek power to become their enemies. Ah, I see. You're the most pitiful of them all, healer of the Yao Qing. Well, then let me tell you the answer. In our ancient legends, Duran, the ancestor of the Borisin, was dissatisfied with his limited lifespan. To achieve his goal, he sacrificed the lives of countless Borisin and Foxians, pouring them into the spring bestowed by the Master of Immortality. Duran ascended the birthing bed and obtained what he desired. A heart in the shape of a deep red full moon. He cut open his chest and replaced his original heart with this crimson moon. The ambrosial arbor is also an absurd myth. This moon heart beats within the body of every generation of the Borisin warhead. In the ritual that decides the new warhead, the successor cuts open the previous warhead's Devouring is the true essence of life, allowing us to endure and thrive. I thought all hope was lost after 7 centuries of... All right. Now it's your turn.
Jiao Chou, I found you.
I know I'm in no position to question your orders, but if I understand correctly, you already have intelligence about the Borisin?
That's right. My people are busy collecting clues now. What's the situation, Wadza?
General, before we completely lost contact with Jiao Chou, I picked up a signal from his Jade Abacus. It won't take long before we locate...
If that's the case, shouldn't we immediately go there and join forces to eliminate the Borisin? Why are we returning to...
Looks like your general has only taught you swordplay, not the art of the hunt. There's an old saying among the Borisin. In the forest, the hunter may easily become the...
Are you joking, General? He's just a wolf who's been imprisoned for 7 centuries. Even with...
Do not underestimate the enemy. Hule is not an ordinary Borisin that can be easily killed. The advantage in numbers means nothing when we face that monster. A vicious beast who hasn't tasted blood and flesh in 7 centuries.
To him, the lives of ordinary people are just meat, ready to be devoured.
Exactly. That is why we must succeed in our first strike, or the situation will spiral. You've heard of this military tactic, right? When you surround your enemy, leave one side open for them to escape. A skilled hunter must be well prepared. Wait. What would we do if we were the escapees from the shackling prison? While we can disguise ourselves and blend in with the crowd, we don't plan on staying here for long. In this case, what do we need?
A star skiff to get us out of the Lafu. The Borisin we discovered at Stargazer Navalia were actually preparing a...
We predict their next move, and we take them. Let's start from where you found those Borisin and corner our prey.
This is where we ran into the Borisin last time.
Because I blocked all the relevant news, to make it seem as if nothing had happened. Losing contact with their accomplices preparing the star skiff will surely... However, the more well-prepared a plan is, the longer it takes to adjust when it's disrupted. If any Borisin wants to stick to the original plan despite the risks.
Are you suggesting that there are Borisin here at Stark?
This is an automated area. So don't you think that they are a bit... First, look at those 2 Skyfaring Commission staff members. They've been observing us. Then, there's a Cloud Knight soldier over there. Perhaps he's here for patrol, but each patrol team must... Lastly, there's that craftsman wearing artisanship commit if you have a target in mind.
Who are you? Don't you know that Stargazer and Navalia...
Hey, chill out. They're just a few lost tools.
But Stargazer Navalia is the shipbuilding port of the Cienjo Lafu. If the Skyfaring Commission called for a lockdown, there should be official
Official documents? Of course there are. The Cloud Knights are aware that some people have infiltrated.
That makes perfect sense. So you're now investigating the Borisin?
Yeah, we've received orders from the higher-ups, so we've blocked off this area to prevent any interference with our inspection. Thank you.
Hey, you there! Please refrain from wandering around Stargazer Navalia if you're not... Oh, it's you, Lieutenant Yenchi. I'm an official staff member assigned...
A peculiar issue.
Yeah, we've had some unscheduled star skiffs being constructed at this dock in Stargazer Navalia. Could there have been an error in the production planning for this? Is just weird. I thought all the pending star skiffs from before... I'm sorry, but I need to focus on my work right now.
Lieutenant Yenxing. And,
You're aware of the Borison prison break, right?
yeah, I've received the news.
Looks like you've been keeping an eye on the Sky Splitter. Have you noticed anything?
No, everything is normal on the ship.
This is not a location for a Cloud Knight.
Well, this spot offers a great view.
Yes.
You've been observing the Sky Splitter for a while. Have you noticed anything?
Honestly, just watching the ship from here isn't too thrilling. I wish I could go on board and witness Lieutenant Yenxing's contest. Speaking of which, Lieutenant Yenxing, aren't you supposed to be on the Sky Splitter? Is it all right for you to be here and...
Thank you for your concern.
So, it seems that some Borison...
That's my suspicion.
Remember when I mentioned that the Cloud Knights blocked all relevant news to make it seem as if nothing happened? Stargazer Navalia is not under lockdown.
But on the contrary, those staff members use Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown as an excuse to persuade us to...
Their flimsy disguise has been exposed. Even if they...
Why are you still here? As I said, Stargazer...
No. I never issued such an order.
Who are you?
Perhaps you haven't met me on the battlefield, but I am certain you've heard my name. Now, I'm asking you a question, so answer me. Tell me, how many more of your comrades are here? Where were you planning to meet Hule?
This woman, she's the general of the Yaoxing. What are you still waiting for?
Harmony and unison. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
I always deliver.
Bad luck.
There's no backing out now, for me or you.
Self-inflicted misery.
Run! Tell Lord Moktok about this! Why don't...
Because I need answers.
You were our war slave. You want me to talk? Fine. Try whatever you want.
If I were to do that, I wouldn't be any different from you. I am the arrow that pierces the wolf's heart. I grant you a swift death.
That's exactly what I... But sadly, you didn't catch my partner. He will alert them.
Before you close your eyes, you should know that I allowed him to escape. Because he will lead the Cloud Knights to Hule's hideout.
Is this how you leave one side open? You let that Borison escape so you could track him?
This is the most common hunting tactic used by Borison. I know the methods of these abominations all too well. They always leave an escape route for their prey, allowing them to flee in fear.
Have you witnessed these things firsthand?
Well, just a hazy past that I can barely recollect. The word Borison was only used to refer to those wolf masters. I'm a Foxian who was born. In their eyes, we're mere consumables. Cannon fodder used to slow down Sienna.
But you...
Speaking of stories, you've reminded me that now is not the time for them. Waza, We've sent the warning from Stargazer Navalia. What's the situation?
I've found them. Zhao Cho is trying to stall Hule, and he signaled me to not reveal myself.
Trust his judgment and keep watching. We'll be right there.
I believe the warning we sent will stop Hule from attacking Stargazer Navalia. What will he do?
The hunt is not over yet. Stay safe, Zhao Cho.
Please, save me.
I want to live. Doctor!
Zhao Cho, find a medical ingenium and give that kid a shot!
I see. How's the front line?
The Borison Beast ships have already landed on the Fenghu. It won't be long before this place is overrun as well.
What about General Yueyu? Any news from her? I'm her healer. I should stay by her side.
She asked me to tell you that she's not coming back. She must protect the Cloud Pier telescope. General asks you to save that kid. The girl fought desperately just to bring us all back here alive. I've never seen such a brutal fighting style. Her body, it's like she was split open. Just like...
Her blood pressure is dropping. Do you hear me, Zhao Cho?
Loud and clear. Get me some tumble dust. We've got to start the operation right... I will bring her back.
Is that why you're so determined to learn my secrets? Do you hear me, Zhao Cho?
I do.
So she saved you all in that great battle on the Xiangzhou Fenghu 3 decades ago. But to your surprise, you discovered her Borison bloodline while she was at death's door. Moktok told me that she was a war slave who escaped from the Eclipse Pack. Oh, what a twist of fate. Turns out, she's from the same clan as I am.
Now I understand. No wonder she displayed such astounding power.
And she used the gift of her bloodline to destroy the Boris. Moon Rage, a blessing for wolves, and a curse for foxes. For Borison, to have their bodies torn apart by Moon Rage and transform into a beast, is the ultimate joy. But for you with the burning fury in her heart, that Foxian general will eventually lose her sanity and indulge in endless bloodshed. And in return for saving her life, you intend to give everything to solve this impossible...
Hule. Do you know the saddest thing? All this time, I've devoted my life to bringing back those who sacrificed their lives. But once again, they rushed into battle. And then I heard of their deaths. They died like a useless idiot. I saved a fish named Light, so I asked myself, why were they so eager to run toward their death?
I can smell your desperation.
Eventually, I realized that their deaths held value. They placed the weight of their sacrifice on the living. Everything I'm doing now, following you so closely, is just for one reason. Witnessing your death. Even your death has value. It will pave the way for a peaceful...
The thoughts in your pathetic head are hard.
Did you already know this?
Yes, I did. As Borison, we understand the value of death more than anyone. What a shame, what a...
Can you even feel respect? With your...
Of course. Because I caught a whiff of my own kind in you, as the wolf's creed goes. gift the wolf. That's why I'm keeping you alive for now. I want to show you how Boris and true we will consume your flesh and blood, nourishing our own. We will crush your hopes and dreams, clearing a
My lord, we received a message. Our arrangement at Stargazer Navalia has been discovered. We must act quickly.
That does... Mock talk.
It's the Sky Splitter. The ship that the Wardans will be held on is about to set off. The Skyfaring Commission...
Calm down, Mock talk. Look at you now.
As I said, I'd sacrifice my dignity for your return. As long as you can come back to the Borisin Pax, there's still hope.
Hope? The Borisin have forgotten the wolf's creed. Weak creatures put their hope in the strong. But the strong bringing me back instead of choosing a new master only proves the decline of our pack. And as for the prophet who manipulated you into... Mock talk. Let me tell you how the
But Great Warhead, our packs are not here. We can't go to war like this.
Our packs are not here. Wherever I go, everyone is the pack.
Stay away. Just don't come any closer. No!
Mock talk. We're the apex predator. As wolves, we create fear. We don't become servants to it. If you're blind to the path, I will be the crimson moon that lights the way for you. Share my crimson blood with our brethren. Use it to infect those Foxians and strike. Now, you devious monkey.
Chow Chow. Milja. Run.
No, he can't run, and neither can you. You've come at the right time, monkey of the Yao Qing. Tell your general. Tell her that I will unleash a massacre here, drowning the Xianzhou La Fu in blood. From this moment on, wolves bearing my blood will hunt on every street, feasting on the followers of that devilish archer. Follow me, my cubs. We shall stride among the prey. Give the wolf a dead end when new paths arise. Raise him to a doomed fate where satiation lies. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. Yet the valorous, in brutal battles, embrace their eternal pride. Do you hear that? The rumble of the cannons. It brings back all the memory. My return will bring back the wolf's creed. In my own way, I shall save our weakened pack and restore it to its full...
The Sky Splitter's gun salute is really loud. So this is what the war dance is actually like?
Well, how could they expect to attract people to come and watch if they didn't make a huge spectacle? March, you haven't forgotten what you came to do, have you?
Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing?
Look around you. Do you remember anything?
Memories of falling from the sky into Taikian Stadium have come flooding back to me. We came to compete.
Great. You finally gotten your memory back, and I can put down old metal. As the saying goes, the disciple takes the toil of their master. Remember, you are here under the identity of a Lawfu Swordmaster, taking the place of your no-good master Yenchi.
But what am I supposed to do if my opponent for this round is super talented and just wipes the floor with me in seconds? I'm still a beginner in swordplay. I don't know where I got the confidence when I agreed to help General Huayan.
Come on, there's no need to worry about that. If you are defeated, then your opponent shall have to answer to me. Although, if that happens, the honor and the glory of the Xianzhou Lawfu shall all be taken by the Juming.
Master Yun Li, please, I'm about to compete.
March, think about the great storms that you, nameless of the Express, have weathered along your many journeys. There's no doubt that you have faced far more terrifying enemies than your opponent.
I've trained hard in the art of swordplay over these few days. It's time for me to get in the ring and... Master Yun Li, I don't think I'm completely ready.
March, there is no such thing as completely ready.
Miss Yun Li, Miss March, this way, please. I was informed of your arrival by Madame Yukong and came to... The news that you will be the ringmaster in place of Lieutenant Yanqing has been made public, Miss March. Just now, as I passed the contestants' hall, I overheard them all discussing this news. The most common question I heard was, who is March 7th? If they ask you this, how will you introduce yourself?
March 7th, a young beauty from the astral...
All right. When people ask you, you might as well tell them this loud and clear.
I see you are both quite... Miss Yun Li's contestant information was registered for the war dance a long time ago. However, please, follow this...
Thank you, Miss Shikwe.
Come, let's take a look around the contestant hall.
Oh, free stuff.
So... this is the contest...
There are so many...
March, before the war dance begins, allow me to give you one more lesson. My grandfather always told me that a weapon mimics its master. That means that a person's weapon will reflect their... You've seen me wield old metal before, haven't you?
Waving around such a giant weapon... Master Yun Li favors using overwhelming force over...
You're not wrong. My battle style has always been simple and effective. Observing the weapon that your opponent uses, assessing what kind of battle skills they excel at, and where their weaknesses lie.
Why would you tell me your weakness?
That's the only way to ensure that we have a fair fight, don't you think? I don't want to see you go and lose to someone else after. Now is a perfect
know myself.
Ugh. I am not used to wearing clothes like... Oh! You're March 7th! The stand-in for Lieutenant Yanqing.
That's right. And you...
As you can see, I am the journalist.
I see the Skyfaring Commission is really good.
That's right! A big event like this just can't go ahead without a few of us running around. Oh! First, the question that is on everyone's mind. This is just gossip from unreliable sources. My apologies. This was very unprofessional of me. I see that, Lieutenant, once the war dance begins, you will be challenged by master swordsmen from many different worlds. March 7th, you are quite arrogant. Thank you very much for...
I came here because I wanted to meet the great Lieutenant Yanqing I've heard so much about. Who would have imagined that he would take a disciple and have her be the ringmaster in his place? This is no more than this last-minute replacement.
If I'd known I could use multiple weapons at once, I'd have brought my bow.
Hello, miss.
That's right.
What? You're...
Don't worry. I'm a newbie swordmaster who's
March 7th. Standing before you is a seasoned Cloud Knight.
tricking the opponent into underestimating me is...
Yes. Yeah, this is just a regular Cloud Knight dev. Oh, I understand what's going on, Miss March 7th and Miss Yun Li. Oh, it's all right. I can't bear to watch other people make things awkward, so I always try to keep the conversation going. But then, I'm the...
There are still many guests arriving here. Please be cautious.
Understood.
The first round of the Warden...
Me? Looking at these contestants, I suddenly feel a lot calmer for... I understand why you wanted me to know myself and...
So? Do you want to go out and see the... I knew it! Let's go. That's enough knowing the end. You're even asking dating? Well, looks that's enough knowing the enemy for now. Walk through here, we'll be able to see the War Dance's official venue.
Wow, so this is what it's like from this...
Look over there. That's the ring we'll be standing.
Master Yun Li? I'm getting nervous again.
Well, it's too late for nerves now.
Almost time for... As soon as I think about the mission General Huayan gave me, my heart starts...
It's when it stops beating that we need to worry. I have to leave for a moment and do some inspections around the ship.
I wonder how Master Yen...
Hey! Focus.
General, report! The teams are in position, and the Skyfaring Commission has taken control of the...
Activate all side cranes and have them scan everyone coming in and out of the port. Remain vigilant at all times. Any suspicious movements must be suppressed as quickly as possible before the situation gets out of hand.
Yes, General!
You two, follow me. What's signals nearby, but we lost contact just a moment ago.
Could that mean...
He will be fine. Cloud Knights, search for the target.
All of you, get out of my...
Wait.
General, I failed you. That mad dog left me here as...
A declaration of war.
That's right. I've been holding back the urge to slit his throat all this time. Well, If you, the great Merlin's Claw, mortal enemy of the Borisin, are able to join him in a little hunting.
Hunting is not a game. It is a battle of life and death. Are you ready for your death, abomination?
Die, you lowly beast!
Save your breath.
Don't let me down. Together as one. Time for a lesson.
Wowza, are you okay?
I wasn't able to save Jiao Chou. Hule was more cunning and powerful than I am.
Tell me, how is he planning to declare this war against me? With a one-on-one duel? Or with a hostage?
Hule is planning on attacking the bustling streets of the Xian.
What did you just say?
Impossible. Even if there are still undercover Borisin that we haven't sniffed out, Hule can't have more than a few dozen people. How is he—
He has an ace up his sleeve. Hule's body holds a plague mark passed down through generations of Borisin. I've seen him convert a Foxy into a Borisin. This is Hule's declaration of war. His blood. It can cause Foxians to rapidly transform and lose their minds. He has passed his blood to his minions, and is planning to spread it across the law.
Contact the Skyfaring Commission and the Cloud Knights right away. Have them enforce a traffic ban and order all—
The moment you see your enemy's declaration of war, it means—
But if Hule succeeds in getting this—
Do you remember what I told you before? Hunting is about thinking the same way as your prey, not just mindlessly chase. What Hule wants is to see everyone on the Luofu descend into panic. He wants to see us lose our minds and waste our limited manpower. It's like that party game that the people of the Yaoqing love to play. They hide an object under one of several bowls, then move the way I see it, this is all nothing more than misdirection. No matter what Hule does, there is one truth that cannot be changed. He is trapped aboard the Xianzhou Luofu. The only way for him to escape is to find us.
Right now, the only ship he'd be able to see is the Sky Splitter.
In his eyes, that ship is full of countless hostages. That would be the best place for him to go.
But if we're wrong about this, if he goes somewhere else, or if he does as he said he would, and his minions infect the Fox, are we just supposed to abandon those less likely locations?
This is another lesson that you must learn outside of swordplay. Weighing your options and making a decision. There are always questions that we will ask ourselves, but never be able to answer. Before making a decision, we must destroy any hesitation that we are holding on to. There is a chance that we will make the wrong decision and allow our allies to be sacrificed in vain. There is a chance that we will predict our enemy's move, but being lost in hesitation and failing to take any action will always be more harmful. Everyone, listen up. I will personally take charge of Starskiff Haven, evacuate the people, and prepare for any possible attacks. I will do my best. Nameless, please lend us your strength as you did when the Ambrosial Arbor was reborn. I need—
General, please entrust me with the safety of the Sky Splitter. I was originally meant to participate in the tournament, so now it is only—
If Hule does come to attack the Sky Splitter, Lieutenant Yanqing, I need you to hold him.
Please rest assured, General. If he dares step foot on the Sky Splitter, I, Yanqing, swear on the—
Cloud Knights! The Borisin have arrogantly decided to challenge us on Xianzhou territory. The unarmed civilians of the Xianzhou and countless visitors from afar are under our protection. Let me ask you, as Cloud Knights, be on your guard. Calling Starskiff Haven. Have all Cloud Knights be on full alert for Borisin attacks.
Fei Shao, the ports of Starskiff Haven are crawling with wolf-like creatures.
Hold them back! I will be there immediate—
There you are, Fei Shao.
Madam Yukong! After 30 years, we find ourselves fighting side by side once more. It's been a while since I've let loose. Let's get this started.
Remember, you are still on the Law Fu. Try not to go too wild.
Let's save some time. All together! A short respite, then time for the next fight. Let's save some time.
To guard and defend! Crush them! Resonate all together! Human creations!
A short respite, then time for the next fight. Let's save some time. We have cleared out the enemies in Starskiff Haven.
But it seems that there are fierce battles being waged at both the exalting set.
We cannot allow the fighting to continue. This is now a race against time to stop. I know Zhao Cho always wants me to know my limits and not get carried away, but now is the time to bring this to a swift. Contact the Exalting Sanctum. Tell them if they see a light in the sky, all units are to retreat immediately. Madam Yukong, lend me your bow!
Everyone, out of the way!
Oh, what a mess. I just knew it would end up this. Every time she hits the battlefield, she makes a mess like this. She didn't even leave a single survivor to get intel from. One of these men must have known about Hule and Zhao Cho's. He has to be. A retainer like myself is nothing more than an insignificant shadow who stands by the general's side. But Zhao Cho is different. Hopefully, he can use that silver tongue of his to take a good look around. I don't care how tight their lips are sealed.
What a terrifying attack. Who could have imagined that such astonishing strength would lie in the hands of a foxy? So decisive, so brutal. She is more like a descendant of Duran than we who have fallen to our current state.
I remember you, Mock Talk. You are harder to kill than a cockroach. But the fact that you have willingly shown yourself saves us some time. It is not too late for you to surrender. Tell me, where are Hule and Zhao Cho?
Save your energy, Yao Qing monkey. If there is one principle that I lived as a hunter for many years. Yet I have only followed the war. The descendants of Duran have abandoned the Wolf's Creed. In order to ensure our survival, we took solace in the shadows, thanks to the gift granted to us by Lord Hule. I have shared his vision and his blood. The descendants of Duran should live for the victory of the pack. Come, Yao Qing man. Show me your fangs. We will fight.
How? But you seem to have misunderstood. There will be no fair one-on-one duel. Let's see how tough you are.
It boils in my veins.
Morrison Resurgence? You think you can still pillage and murder freely, as you did 1,000 years before? Xinzhou Yangqing will ensure that this is nothing more than you
fight! Straight like this will set me running! I must... Morrison Resurgence shall come.
No matter how heroic your sacrifice, there is no honor in your battles or deaths.
It seems that Mock Talk got what he wished for.
Hule, your declaration... From now on, no matter where you run, General Fei Xiao will catch you and...
Oh, don't stand in my way, child. Have your general speak with me. A little hunt.
Stand down, Waltza. I am here, Hule. What do you wish to
The Merlin's Claw. Though we have never... The people of the Xianzhou must be quite brave to allow... Has no one ever questioned that lineage of yours? Or...
Claiming to have family ties with the enemy sounds to me like an attempt at asking for mercy. Hule, are you
I see that it is not only the ruthless blood of a wolf that when you think about it, this was a gift from the Borson. And the Merlin's Claw. I shall extend a final before you arrive. I will slaughter all in sight, allowing the crimson moon that has fallen dead. Then, I will pilot this ship through every blockade and barrier you have prepared. Before I finish these tasks of mine, you have a
I accept your challenge, Hule. Because the very moment you stepped aboard the...
I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the...
That's easy for my grandfather to say. But the first round of the tournament is about to begin. I wonder how Yanqing and the others... According to the plan, I should seek out the Cloud Knight soldiers aboard the Sky. Maybe I should take a moment to meet with March before the tournament starts. March is in the
March, it's me, Yunli.
She's still in... You still seem nervous.
I wasn't this nervous before. in this lounge. I can't.
March, calm down. Don't worry about your mission. You have me here too, right? Ask yourself. You are a nameless of the Astral Express.
Why? For us nameless, even though we're just physical.
Good answer. March, may your blade be sharp.
Thank you.
According to Grandpa's plan, I should seek out the Cloud Knight soldiers aboard the Sky Splitter and see if there have been any new developments.
Is that you, Miss Yunli? If... We haven't noticed anything out of the...
Very good. Although, there is...
Unfortunately, we don't have any means to distinguish between Borisin. However, you can rest assured that the Cloud Knights are working hard to investigate the source. All Cloud Knights on the Sky Splitter have their own responsibilities and wouldn't...
March 7th and I could already tell.
Your timing is perfect, Miss Yunli.
An emergency boarding report.
It wasn't on the Sky Splitter Starskiff Red.
Who would be boarding the ship at this time?
The Starskiff is using the contestant docking bay.
No need. You have your own duty. I have to check on this immediately.
Routine inspection! All passengers, please prepare.
So this is the suspicious Starskiff. Where?
I'm going to count down from 10. If you do not come out, I will destroy the ship. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Time is running out. 3, 2, 1.
Wait a second! It's me! It's just a routine inspection. You weren't actually going to blow up the ship, were you? Wait! Even though the Borisin can disguise themselves, they can't turn into someone as short as me. Put your...
Didn't little Yenching claim he was going to give up being the ringmaster and go on the hunt instead? Help shoulder?
The Borisin on the ground suddenly launched an attack. General Fei Xiao was concerned that this was all a diversion by Hule.
I can't believe you ended up back here on the Sky Splitter after running around all over the place. But you're too late to enter the... Following Grandpa's plan? Our disciple March is taking your place as ringmaster. Aren't you proud of her?
When I first heard the news, I was definitely proud. But also...
More manpower is always a good thing, since the Sky Splitter is so large. Oh, and by the way...
What's happening?
Does it feel like the Sky Splitter is slowed down? Could it be? Come with me. We need to check the engine room. It's the heart of the ship, so we need to prioritize.
The war dance is about to begin. Contestants, please make your way to the arena.
Hard work pays off. Oh, free stuff.
The engine room is just up ahead. Let's go.
Hard work pays off.
Strange. Why is there no...
The Cloud Knights. They're over here.
And you should be lying alongside them. Don't worry, children. There's plenty of space to hide your body.
Even though I truly hoped that the war dance would go ahead uninterrupted.
Now that these guys have finally shown up, it's a huge weight off my mind. Bring it on, you abominations!
Harmony and unison.
Right on time. Yes, you! Right on time. Yes, you!
Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Mountains, goal!
If we found 2 wolves in the engine room, that means that even more abominations have infiltrated other areas. Hule is already—
There's no time to talk about this. The war dance has already started. If my guess is correct, the Borison will most likely use this. Let's go. Come with me. To the ring. This way. We're not too late.
We would like to welcome all of our honored guests and contestants. We would like to welcome all of our... Before we get the first round under... Let us invite our special guest host, Mr. Albert, to the stage to formally open...
From this moment on, the sky split now. Run for your life.
My apologies. The spectators that you were expecting aren't here. Everyone here actually came to see you. Cloud Knight, prepare for battle.
I see. Ready for That's fine.
Surround your enemy.
Precisely. When Hule escaped, we should have cancelled the war dance immediately. No one can predict where a wild beast like him will attack. If festivals and celebrations... However, preparations for the war dance were in the works for so long, I couldn't bear to announce its cancellation. So I thought, if the show must go on, then let it go on. But that all we need to do is swap all the spectators and contestants aboard the ship with Cloud Knight soldiers. And the...
But what...
Then we just need to draw his attention to the Sky Splitter. We'll have the Skyfaring Commission clear all transport lanes and cut down Starskiff. General Fei Shao will be in charge of scaring the wolves, given that the Borison already have insiders on the Law Fu.
Very good. Then I'd better dust off my weary bones.
Knowing that Elder Huayan is part of our last line of defense is a great comfort. This hunt will make Hule understand that the arrows of the hunt will always be...
That jolt just now. What's going on? Borison must have actually infiltrated the Sky Splitter. Based on General Huayan. You guys, you're... Oh, the General's arrangements are finally coming in handy. I need to find Yunli and the others as soon as possible. Converge and awaken! Human creations! The plan said that if Hule appears, the Cloud Knights will assemble and do everything they can to suppress him. Master Yunli, where are you?
March, I'm below the ring.
The hall below the ring. I remember it being this way. Master Yanqing! What are you doing?
I was concerned about the safety.
Yanqing, the wolf you are hunting is standing above us in the war dance ring at this very moment, facing the cloud. This war dance will not be seen by the people of the Xianzhou, nor will it be just a ceremonial sword fight. This is a battle to the death that offers no honor, only mortal danger. March.
Please. I am March 7th, a sword master who will
Yunli, Miss March, may your blades be sharp. And your victory,
may your blades be sharp. And your...
May your blades... Ah, forget it. Let's go and make this a quick
Let's go.
So feeble. Such weakness is truly pathetic.
I've been waiting a long time for this, Hule.
I simply shall send some young cubs to the slaughter.
Remember this! My name is March 7th, Ringmaster of the Law Food.
Does the Xianzhou Lafu not have any worthy warriors?
I wouldn't let my guard down if I were you. It's about time this old wolf tasted defeat at the hands of a young cub.
Information in accordance.
You think a little ambush is enough to defeat me? I understand just how wrong you are.
Such insane power! Really do.
Fine.
White tiger.
Opening up. Shall finally arrives.
Soul shut tonight.
The stars echo because of me!
The market is unpredictable.
Ah! Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! Let the valuation begin.
Oh, I get it! Now what's this?
I see through together as one. All things in the human creations.
Swing with all your might. Otherwise, they shall still not hear. I will order these cars.
Easy, Umbi.
This goes on. They'll all be dead by the time she arrives.
Liquidation!
Not bad. But it will take much more than that. Your feeble weapons are like I've had enough. Time to finish this game. What's happening? Secrets are a weapon that a hunter cannot live without. Those that have no secret.
What you're saying is, in your eyes, I am no more than prey that has exhausted all of its secrets.
Do you think you have some other escape route? Jiao Cho, I have already peeled back your disguises in the...
But you have told me all of your secrets too, Warhead.
Oh, after all, you will avoid having to see the tragic future. I'm sure she understands her fate far better than you ever will. One day on the battlefield, not even your god can save her from this fate. Although, and the only way to save her is here.
Are you the healer?
I must leave, Foxian.
Drink blood wine. I hear it is a Borisin custom to kill.
You really did.
Are you the healer, Joe?
Is there anything that I can...
I heard that you saved me.
There's no...
If you're a healer, can you cure my moon rage?
And what if I can? Do I just sit back and watch?
Okay, then can you cure...
What are you talking about? I'm just a healer.
So all you can do is heal us and let us go cure war.
Such arrogance, young lady. This war has been waged for...
You healers work yourselves to the bone to save people. Even though there will always be sickness, I cannot speak for the dead. But I know that General Yueyu, they fought so that others could make it home alive.
Jiao Cho, this is an order. Cure me!
Those who enjoy the taste of my fresh blood, Hule. Unfortunately, I am not a man without secrets. Tumble dust. I drank it a while ago. If the most lethal poison known to this world is able to save innocent, I will do my best to cure you. Bring victory to the Yaoqing.
So, you want to play dirty? Here, it's colder.
My sword is even colder!
Hule's movements are slowing down?
This is our chance.
Harmony and unity. Time for us to put this dog down. Stars echo. No more time. Nice job.
Easy, Numby.
Converge and awaken.
A pathetic little poison like this is enough to turn the tide of battle.
Yin and yang.
On my thunder.
in this human creations.
Maybe hard to kill. That does not mean you cannot.
Impossible! How could a mere whelp defeat me?
I was so scared. I thought you were a goner.
Ching, that was amazing. That final blow you dealt to Hule. How have I never seen?
Do you want to learn it? I can teach you. But,
I hate to say it, but if you can teach me that move, I'll maybe admit that you're just...
The hunt is finally over. Thank you for holding. Lieutenant Yanqing, how are you holding up?
I've never been better. I could take on 10 more Hules.
Take it easy, young one. Your wound. Who would have imagined that I would arrive late to the battle? I originally thought, in the best case scenario, you would team up and hold this beast. Come. We need to lock.
Such an unforgettable blade. So similar to the one wielded by that woman who defeated me. Over 700 years have passed. And I thought I would have a way to overcome it by now. But in the end, my fangs and claws were too slow.
Stop struggling, Hule. There's plenty of time for you to be tortured by your regret.
Yes, I was defeated, but this was not unexpected. For so long. You've doomed yourselves. As I meet my demise, so shall the entire Xianzhou Lafu. The crimson moon in my chest will make this place shine with blood. I will drive all Foxians to madness in their fear, craving slaughter without end. What now? They shall.
This is the heart of the Borisin warhead, a product of the Plague Mark. I'll leave the next part to you.
Don't understand.
We cannot allow this thing to spread. I will do all within my power to consume this crimson moon. Once the situation changes, Lieutenant Yanqing, you are to enforce the Cloud Knight's military rules. Understood.
General!
Die, Borison.
What? We clearly don't have wolf ears.
Dangerous thoughts. Hold together. Resonate once more. Somebody help me!
I always deliver.
Right. Stars echo.
No more time.
Time for swordplay.
There's no backing out now. For me or you.
Blade and flight. I'm scared.
You are worthy. Give an inch and the...
I will not allow any of you to leave the Sky Splitter.
Does she think we're her enemies?
Hule just wanted to take down the general, even at the cost of his own life. Snap out of it, General!
Just when I thought we'd get a minute to catch our breath. What do we do? Do we fight or run?
For all this, do you still think running is an option?
Who's the little backstabber?
Get them!
Give an inch and they'll take. Don't let me down.
Futile resistance!
Right. Stars echo.
No more time.
How many can you block?
Bending the rules.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
There's no backing out now. For me or you.
Get them!
We can't let her get away! But do we stand any chance at all?
She said, I'll leave the next part to you. She put her faith in us!
Trying.
I promise. I will cure you.
No one can live forever, Zhao Zhao. This time, I must. Is this the Sky Splitter? Or some... Lieutenant Yanqing, you are to enforce the Cloud Knight's military...
We can't let her get away!
Snap out of it, General!
You always lead the hardest battles, even now. You will never run away. Isn't it strange? That is your enemy.
Hule?
This rage. I remember the taste. Isn't that right, Fish?
You shouldn't be here. I saw you die.
Just consider me a figment of you, but before every hunt, I make preparations for defeat and retreat. When I learned your story from Zhao Zhou, I realized that he had always been hiding a secret. What an ironic fate, don't you think? All this time. But I accept it. Now, let us break through the ironclad defenses of the Arbiter General's heart and see what secret she has hidden in those deepest
called survival of the fittest is nothing but an excuse. You cannot weaken my resolve, Hule.
Blinded by the fury of your moon rage, you slaughtered your allies. Merlin's Claw, you have betrayed the Alliance. Your actions are no different from those of the abomin-
At the end of the day, it is the blood of the abominations that runs through your veins. One day, you will inevitably become an enemy of the Alliance. Cloud Knights, formation!
You ran into the arms of your new master's army without hesitation. But you they now your greatest fear is about to come true.
You aim to instill terror within me. Yet all of this is nothing but a phantom!
It's time to return to the path. No matter how deep the hatred you bear for the poison, you devoured the Crimson.
What?
The descendants of Duran came to rescue me, hoped with all their hearts that once I regained my freedom, they would rather place their hopes of survival on an imaginary savior than I, a prisoner who was held captive for over 7. For those who are truly strong, Fox, I will create that new path for myself. Your healer, Jiao Cho, served you with such loyalty. He was even willing to die in order to kill you. Just nod your head, you will awaken from this nightmare that the Crimson Moon has inflicted on you.
So this was the path that you prepared for me. To become a new you.
That's right. We are so similar after all. We are both monsters that were born for.
I'm sure my answer doesn't need much explanation. I refuse.
I told you before. Accept these truths, and the Borison will bow to you. Destroy them, reduce them to dust, or teach them to become servants of the Xianzhou. Carve your name into the Xianzhou's history books.
You do not understand, Hule. You have no idea what it is. When I was just a child, I stained my hands with blood for the first time. In order to escape the whips and shackles of the Wolf Masters.
Nirgal, don't stop! Keep running! I can't run anymore. Saran, are they catching up? They're still behind us. Don't stop! That's a shooting star. It's shining down on us. We will all be able to escape. We'll win our freedom and then share it with our Kulta. You have to run! Quickly! Nirgal, run with...
We ran and ran. I escaped the hunting pack and encountered a woman that could fly.
I imagine you kept your...
Unfortunately, when I led her back in order to free my Kulor companions,
light of the devilish archer.
in the years that followed, I followed the trail of that light alongside my Cloud Knight ally. Gradually, I came to understand. That light was not some shooting star that carried wishes and aspirations. I prayed to the god of the skybow that I would never have to witness one of these shooting stars fall. They ignored me.
That's right. They never answer us. They just let us loose in this world to massacre each other. That is
So, what is it that you yearn for, Hule?
I fight so that I can turn the stars above into a great wilderness for the Borison to roam. What about you, Saran?
I fight so that one day I will never have to witness another shooting star falling to the ground. So that just one more person can live and return to the Yacht.
You would resist becoming the person you were supposed to be. Lower yourself from a and have it your way. I will use your fear.
We are so similar. Both monsters that were born, so I shall pray to the heavens. Even if they do not respond to me, I pray that the arrows of the hunt will pierce the heart of... Do you see me, shooting star? The knights are sworn to protect the Xianzhou. I will uphold this vow until my very last day.
Tears of blood, and all living creatures have howled and mourned. I once commanded the storm and hunted the weak. Now, I will use your inner beast as my weapon, and your name as my prey. Face!
Tear back your disguises and show you how cowardly and...
A wolf lurks in the heart of every boar's head and foxy. The moment you will, it will devour you.
Make your move, Hule.
The fearless knows not fear.
Time for swordplay.
That won't do.
Time for a lesson.
I swear to be the arrowhead.
Forever triumphant!
Sit up.
Victory is inevitable!
May song bring us victory.
You are not worthy.
Doors echo. No more time.
Listen, make your move, Hule.
Never hesitate!
Bending the rules.
That won't do.
Time for a lesson. How many can you
You are
block?
not worthy. And your life will be stolen. Fight to the death. Since the day I was born, the skies have cried tears of blood, and all living creatures have howled. I once commanded the storm and hunted the weak. Now, I will use your inner beast as my weapon, and your name.
Tear back your disguise.
Since the day I was born, the skies have cried tears of blood, and all living creatures have howled and mourned. I once commanded the storm and hunted the weak. Now, I will use your inner beast as my weapon, and your name as my prey.
Tear back
rises and... A wolf lurks in the heart of every born set of boxing. The moment you grow weak, it will devour you.
That won't do. Too soon. I swear to be
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Converge and awaken! Time to show you what I can... Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this? May song bring a harmony and unison.
Make your move, Hule. That won't do.
Night. Doors echo. No more time. I get it.
Never hesitate!
Too soon. That won't do.
No matter. Growth awakens,
And your life will be stolen. Fight to the death, and you shall live forever! Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
awesome. Now watch this. Time to show you what I... Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, what's this?
The fearless knows not fear!
That won't do.
Converge and awaken. I could take 10 of you.
Inner peace! Heed my command!
Make your move, Hule.
Never hesitate!
That won't do.
Oh, I get it. Human creations. Stars echo. No more time.
Your move, Hule.
Fearless knows not fear!
That won't do.
I could take 10 of you. Yeah. Time to show you what I can. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this?
I swear to be the
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! What? Why would you disappear? Never hesitate!
That won't do. I swear to be the
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Our little hunting game ends here.
I swear.
Mighty light of the heavens, wolf in my heart, come to me. We shall conquer as one. Forever triumphant! Inevitable!
My only enemy has always been myself.
General.
I'd like to hear their explanations.
Welcome, Miss Lingsha. I am Preceptor Tauron.
Greetings, my honored preceptor. It's been a while since we last touched base. I've brought a friend with me today. I believe you're already familiar with each other.
Tauron? Elder Tauron? I remember when I was exiled, you were on the verge of passing on.
All of this is thanks to your past life. Had you not been so rash, I wouldn't have had to walk such a dangerous road to free our clan, becoming this specter of my former self. Dan Heng, you've returned twice, but it seems that meeting us fossils wasn't on your agenda. Regrettable indeed.
I didn't come here with Miss Lingsha today to reminisce.
Indeed. When the Cauldron Master extends an invitation, it's only proper for the Preceptors to attend.
As the newly appointed Cauldron Master, there's been much to take care of within the Alchemy Commission. It's only now that I've had the chance to speak with you. Please, I sent over some evidence regarding the prison break in the Shackling Prison. I trust you've already looked it over.
Yes. You sent us the remains of Mara-struck soldiers, a map of the Shackling Prison, and a semblance reversion.
These are the remains of assassins who used Cloud Hymn magic to conceal their tracks. They aided in the Borison's escape, allowing them unimpeded passage through the Shackling Prison. That marked up map is a map of prisoners' escape routes. Vidyadhara craftsmen once made blueprints for the prison's construction, so I imagine, Mr. Tauron, you have a similar map in your possession. This pill
is semblance reversion essence. Indeed. I helped plot the prison break in the Shackling Prison.
So, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus joining forces with the Lord Ravager to stir up trouble in the Alchemy Commission, the introduction of the Stellaron, and the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection all have something to do with the Vidyadhara.
That's right. Are you surprised? After all, both of you were sent here by the Seat of Divine Foresight as messengers to hear my confession. Ever since the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, the population of the Vidyadhara has dwindled. With the High Elder exiled, a few of us Preceptors had to do what we could to turn the tide. My methods might have been drastic, perhaps even incomprehensible. But it was all for one cause. The survival of the Vidyadhara. Yet, the Xianzhou natives zealously forbid any plague marks, and did nothing while the Vidyadhara suffered. Dan Heng, Lingsha, as Vidyadhara, you should understand the desperation behind my actions. All I've tried to do is to ensure our survival.
I'm well aware of the challenges the Vidyadhara face. Fighting for survival isn't a sin, but Elder. Your actions have gone beyond mere survival. You've become a beast driven solely by the propagation, devoid of even a hint of empathy.
Oh. Despite calling ourselves a noble draconic bloodline, at our core, we're merely bipedal beasts. The survival of our kind is paramount. If I hadn't resorted to beastly actions, the Vidyadhara might not even exist. The sages show no mercy, as the old wisdom goes. When the High Elder abandoned our people's survival, I had to shoulder the world's sins alone. Lingsha, Dan Heng, the past is behind us, but the future of the Vidyadhara still lies within your grasp. The situation on the Xianzhou Luofu has changed rapidly. As Vidyadhara, we must unite in purpose and avoid the mistakes of the previous Imbibitor Lunae.
I was initially skeptical about the Vidyadhara's betrayal of the Alliance. But after hearing your confession, I realized that there is no point in talking about trust. Breaking the covenant of our alliance will bring war upon the Vidyadhara. Even if we are able to have offspring again, what difference will it make?
Once my plan succeeds, the Alliance will see the Vidyadhara as their saviors. Because both parties ultimately share the same interest.
So now that survival won't convince us, you want to talk about interests?
For 1,000 years, the Alliance has been engaged in brutal warfare against the denizens of abundance. Yet victory has remained beyond reach. Have you ever wondered why? Should the Alliance emerge victorious, they will inevitably become the next denizens of abundance. However, if they suffer defeat, the Alliance will face extinction. Thus, the Alliance has deceitfully upheld this precarious balance. However, I have a way to escape from this. The Alliance's path to salvation lies within the secret of dragon transmutation. Imagine if there were a way to transform other life forms into Vidyadhara. The Alliance would then possess an endless stream of soldiers. It would not need to worry about casualties. Once the war ended, these soldiers would cease reproduction, eliminating concerns of overpopulation. This is the way to salvation for the Xianzhou Alliance. The ultimate path to end the universe's suffering under the immortality plague. Only we, the Vidyadhara, can achieve this.
So, you relied on this rhetoric to manipulate the ignorant members of the Vidyadhara into serving you. I am deeply disappointed in you, Elder. Your thoughts and intentions are completely devoid of empathy. Cloud Knights!
Hold it!
Miss Bailu!
Mr. Dunhung and Sister Lingsha! Everyone's here?
You think I don't know why you're really here? Jing Yuan sent you here to test me, didn't he? According to the oath between the Alliance and the Vidyadhara, it's forbidden to spill Vidyadhara blood on their own territory. Are you all ready to violate this oath in the presence of the Luofu's High Elder?
Dragon Lady, there's no need to panic. Elder, the Vidyadhara's sacred grounds and the High Elder are not to be used as pawns in exchange for your life.
You talk a big game. As if you have the nation and the people's best interests at heart. But when it really matters, you use a small girl as your shield. It's ridiculously...
I've said it before. Survival is never a sin. We're all Vidyadhara, so you should understand my intentions. And as a Vidyadhara, I will leave for you a dignified solution. Leave the Scale Gorge waterscape immediately, and appeal to the top echelons of the Alliance. Let the 6 charioteers hold a trial, and sentence me to exuviation and rebirth.
I see right through your plans, Mr. Taoran. Vidyadhara Rebirth erases past crimes, but I'm well aware of the Preceptor's dirty tricks during Rebirth. You might not be you, but you will still be you. I won't forgive myself for past sins under the pretext of knowing nothing, nor will I allow you to evade accountability.
Dan Heng, I've always disliked your inability to see the bigger picture. Rebirth hasn't...
Miss Bailu, Miss High Elder of the Luofu Vidyadhara, please share your thoughts at this moment.
I don't want to stay here. I'm tired of being pushed around. I'm not some puppet to be controlled. Please, take me away with you.
I understand. As the oath dictates, members of the Alliance are forbidden from harming Vidyadhara here. But I've long since severed ties with the Alliance. Right now, I'm simply a nameless. The oath of the Xianzhou means nothing to the spear in my hand.
Get them! Do whatever it takes! Make sure they don't leave here alive.
Merciful Medicus!
Time to cleanse the filth. Converge and awaken. Stars echo. Allow me to heard the root of the problem. Be of your body and mind. The truth burns everything in this world. Is bleeding.
A miracle. Beauty existence. Immortality.
Dragon Lady, are you all right?
I'm fine. Thank you for rescuing me.
You actually came here and...
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hear your lofty opinions. The public trial you seek with the 6 charioteers is inevitable. In addition, I'll write to the Sage Queller of the Feng Hu. With her hatred for evil, I'm sure she will make a just...
If it's her, she will earn the respect and assent of all the Vidyadhara on the Lafu.
In terms of martial prowess, you indeed have the upper hand. But if you're under the impression that this advantage can be used to settle the score with us preceptors, given the Vidyadhara's foundation within the Alliance, do you really think you can do anything to us? As I mentioned, I'll take all the blame and become the scapegoat. With the secrets I possess, the interrogation alone will take an eternity. And in the end, through various exchanges of interest, I am certain to survive. You understand this better than anyone. Lastly, a word of caution to you. I heard that Hule has escaped from prison and is headed directly for the Sky Splitter. The bloodshed at the war dance is bound to be gruesome. Perhaps, even before my trial, your impeachment will have you in dire straits.
Regrettably, Mr. Taoran, the Sky Splitter only hosted Cloud Knights today. No audience. And just moments ago, Hule was executed by the Cloud Knights.
In the bathroom for a little bit, and you've already arranged my death? Hey, can't you play some normal games with Dragon Lady? Are you amused? All right, enough playing. It's time to visit my masters. The infirmary is right over there. You can go by yourselves. Oh, come back and visit me when you have time. Next time, let's not play overly realistic make-believe with this doofus.
Well, there's not much I could do. General Fei Xiao didn't really give me any chance to shine during this wolf hunt operation. If I had been in the ring, I could have knocked down 10 Hules with just one strike.
You sound exactly like Master Yenqing. But for now, both he and Yun Li have been forced to go to the Alchemy Commission for some I'm the least accomplished in swordplay, but I came out unscathed. I really ought to thank my masters for
Look who's here. The beloved Trailblazer and the charming March 7th. You came to the Alchemy Commission today. Oh, I get it. You are here with March to visit her masters, aren't you?
Exactly. How are my masters doing at the moment?
Unfortunately, only one master is here. I'm doing fine. I'm just following the doctor's advice. Miss Bailu said I could take a stroll, so here I am. Your Master Yenqing wasn't as lucky. He's probably still in bed. Considering the intense battle with Hulei, and then with General Fei Xiao, the rigorous sparring session with her. His small body couldn't take it.
Master Yun Li, didn't you also engage in...
The little babies from the Luofu just don't have...
I heard from Modza about the tough battle against the wolf troopers. You fought alongside Modza. Did you get hurt?
I can guess why. General Fei Xiao is just too...
Yun Li, go and lie down.
Got it, Lingsha.
What about that smiley fox?
Thank goodness you and the others found Yao Cho. He lost a lot of blood and needs to rest properly. He and Maoza are seriously wounded. I've had to forcibly confine them to the Alchemy Commission. All three from the Yaoqing are critically injured. But fortunately, the Xianzhou Laofu has a miraculous healer lady. It's a silver lining in this misfortune.
Oh, it looks like the entire delegation from the Xianzhou Yaoqing is gathered at the Alchemy Commission. Why don't we go see General...
I would normally say no, because they need to rest. But, alas, what can you do when the two of them have a leader who's General Fei Xiao just slipped out of the recovery room? She thinks she's so sneaky. If you're looking to meet her, the luminescent depths might be your best bet.
The sound of those footsteps. They must belong to General Fei Xiao. Out and about, despite the doctor's orders.
What a coincidence. Someone else who refuses to listen to the...
Well, being a doctor myself, I don't think my knowledge of my own body is inferior to the Dragon Lady's.
The healer does not heal himself. Don't try to act tough in front of me. I'm sorry, Jiao Cho. I didn't expect you to use poison that way. What a miscalculation.
The way you're speaking, is this really the Fei Xiao I know? Or could it be a Borisin assassin?
Jiao Cho, your eyes. You can't see anymore, can you?
I can still clearly hear the sound of the waves. That's enough for me. Don't blame yourself. You know what I'm more concerned about? Has your body had any changes since you swallowed the Crimson Moon?
I'm not sure. There don't appear to be any changes. However, the many doubts that once plagued me have dissipated.
I never thought I'd live to hear you discuss your health again. But thanks to Moza and that child, the price I've paid seems trivial. I hold no grievances, Fei Xiao. I am content.
I don't know how to offer words of comfort, nor do I know much about curing others. I am just a warrior, so my pledge to you is simple.
An eye for an eye.
So you were here too.
In this vast universe, there's bound to be someone who can heal your eyes. I'll find them. But until then...
The threat behind all this chaos needs to be dealt with. You must already have some ideas. Let them out.
The resurgence of the Sanctus Medicus and the gathering of the Borisin are merely distractions orchestrated by an unseen force, meant to divide the Alliance's attention. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong fight this time. Once we return to the Yaoqing, I'll personally lead the Verdant Knights into battle. I vow to take down a Lord Ravager and teach the Ruined Legion the true meaning.
I knew it. You've always been so impatient.
I apologize for my tardiness once again. The Alchemy Commission detained me for some time for a health examination. They released me only after ensuring I...
General, seeing you safe and sound puts our minds at ease. Hulei's escape caused significant upheaval and forced the war dance to be put on hold. A truly unforeseen disaster. Fortunately...
Before Master Diviner Fu Xuan's departure for the Yutre, I consulted with her about the war dance. She left a note stating, "The hexagram oscillates between thunder and heaven, a sign of great power, assuring us that we would successfully navigate any challenges. She advised me to trust the younger generation's abilities and let them lead. Her predictions, it appears, it's just... The Xianzhou Luo Fu's long-standing duty of keeping Hulei imprisoned ended with his death on the Sky Splitter. This event is likely to bring much criticism from the Alliance's upper ranks."
However, Hulei's demise might actually be a blessing in disguise. Broadcasting this news could derail the Borison's resurgence and quash the ambitions of those who wish to hand over Hulei's remains to the Xianzhou Yaoqing, and I'll handle the explanations to the Alliance. But what about the war dance? While the Wolf Hunt mission was a success, the events on the Sky Splitter remain a secret. However, the news of the Borison's attacks on the streets will spread like wild.
The war dance was interrupted, so it must be reconvened. As for the people who witnessed the attacks, beyond placating them, on the war dance's opening day, rogue Borison attempted to stir up panic, but was swiftly neutralized by the Merlin's claw.
As Elder Huayan suggests, the Luo Fu will do its best to heal the wound.
This settles the immediate concerns on the Luo Fu. From the onset of the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, the Xianzhou Luo Fu has experienced numerous disturbances, directly linked to the Lord Ravager Fantelia.
Her attempt to infiltrate the Xianzhou with the Borison and sway the Luofu preceptors to join the Sanctus Medicus's insurrection.
Rather than outright victory, Fantelia's motives seem to lie in breeding discord and chaos among allies.
The goal of the Xianzhou Alliance has not changed for thousands of years. Perhaps we should point the weapon in our hand toward this new
With Elder Huayan's insight, one wonders how the Marshal...
It's clear we're engaged in a game of chess not seen in thousands of Amber Eras. A game where even the strategy... Predicting the Marshal's decision is beyond me, yet she's well aware of our concerns. She has tasked General Yao Guang with performing extrapolations day and night to gauge the situation comprehensively. We gathered today not just to tackle the Luo Fu's predicaments, but also to address a matter requiring our collective presence. Yao Guang has sent a message from the Xianzhou Yuchui, informing us that she wishes to share the results of recent calculations she made. Jing Yuin, I'd like to borrow the seat of Divine Foresight's chessboard for this.
Hello, everyone. It's been a long time. Over 3 decades have passed since we last convened. I've dearly missed each of you generals during this time.
Was the Seer strategist thinking of us, or thinking of the fates we're destined for?
The Merlin's Claw. As blunt as always. Though, not everyone's cup of tea, huh? You once told Jing Yuan
You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the seer strategist, this conversation might not be so friendly. I'm intrigued. Did the conversation really come to pass?
I've never heard anyone mention that the Decalite reflection barrier could eavesdrop on even the quietest whispers. It appears that the Marshal sent not just 2 generals to the Luofu, but an uninvited 3rd guest as well.
People have been saying that Mr. Jing Yuan's intellect shines as brightly as the seer strategist's. With the Luofu caught in such strife, the Yuchui couldn't just stand by and watch.
Seer strategist, our time with the Yellow Bell is limited. Let's get straight to the point.
All right. Thanks to Mr. Jing Yuan, the interrogation of the 2 prisoners on the Yuchui has concluded. Mr. Jing Yuan's speculations were correct. Of the crimes they confessed to, planting a Stellaron on the Luofu was a complete fabrication meant to mislead. Their real aim was to secure a meeting with the Marshal to present their Godslayer protocol, a strategy they firmly believe in.
And what was this grand strategy proposed by Jing Liu and that traveler?
The narrative they painted was vast and difficult to put into words. It all revolves around the coffin of the blonde traveler. To be precise, it's the remnants of the propagation.
The remains of the swarm author?
More accurately, it's a fragment of the divine body. In the future they depicted, this fragment serves as the final nail, sealing the fate of the plague's author and securing its doom. Before reaching that point, battling the gods necessitates a larger alliance. Hence, they sought out an ally for the Xianzhou. I assume you've all heard of the famed Genius Society member number 81, Ron Mei, haven't you? The Eye of the Yuchui has just seen this uninvited guest arrive on the Xianzhou Luofu. 3, 2, 1. Right on time. Now, as for the best way to receive our distinguished guest, I'll leave that in your capable hands.